Hi guys, it's Stephanie MoDavis, and I'm back with another video in regards to ascension and my twin flame process. Today I wanted to discuss something I'm seeing in my community, the spiritual community, the yoga community per se, just something I'm witnessing, and I want to give my opinion regarding it. Before I begin, I just want to remind you guys that if anything I say doesn't resonate with you, please just discard it. I'm here expressing my personal journey, and I'm here to be of assistance from my personal experience. So that being said, something that I'm seeing lately circulate around is this idea of honoring the sacred feminine. And as much as I cherish and honor that, I believe that part of my mission as a twin flame is to express and discuss the harmonization of both of the energies. Just recently I spoke at a workshop. It was a Sacred Feminine, Divine Feminine workshop, and there was a lot of youth there, and I had the option to be open with my lecture, and I asked everybody in the beginning to have an open mind, that I was going to just kind of throw out a different perspective. And in that being said, what I did was discuss the importance of harmonizing and honoring the sacred feminine, the divine feminine, the authentic feminine, and also highlight the qualities of the divine and authentic masculine. And discussing both of those polarities, I had to, without hesitation, discuss and share what the opposite of those are. And that's one thing that I'm not seeing too much either, is highlighting the shadow side of the feminine and highlighting the shadow side, or kind of the way we've been, of the masculine. And I believe that's the imbalance that we're all trying to heal. So in order for us to find our divine feminine and divine masculine energies, we have to know what the opposite is. So this is something that I'm really passionate, because I am on this twin flame mission, and I have this journey that I'm partaking in now, and I never understood the separation of the two energies until I was in this dynamic. So my twin flame journey with the male and female energies began with me really polarizing into an unhealthy, imbalanced feminine. And in my previous relationships, I would have described myself as somebody who was fairly balanced in her feminine energy, but entering into this twin flame dynamic, it really highlighted the ways where I was imbalanced in my feminine. Issues arose, as a lot of you twin flames know, really powerfully and intensely. Jealousy, codependency is a huge one. Being manipulative, using all sorts of manipulation to kind of highlight what it is that I wanted. And I never knew that I was like this or had these qualities until they were highlighted so dynamically in the beginning of this union. I believe the same happened for him. I think he went into this side of him that also was more or less highlighting the imbalances of the masculine. And then once we worked through that for several months, something really interesting happened, and that was that we've completely flipped polarities. So I actually went into a imbalanced masculine, and I saw qualities in him that were very imbalanced feminine. And that lasted for a very long time. I would say the majority of the time that we've been trying to work with this process is that he's been in the feminine more and me in the masculine. And we've been working for the last, couple of years, I believe, trying to harmonize those energies. And being a feminine and being in an imbalanced feminine and searching for my sacred feminine, to completely switch into the dual aspect of an imbalanced masculine was so incredibly bizarre. I found myself saying things and in behaviors that past boyfriends I've had would express, things that would completely irritate me. I found I was doing it and portraying those same imbalances of a masculine. And I said to myself countless times, oh my God, this is something that a past lover or boyfriend has said to me that's really worked my nerve, and here I am expressing it to my divine feminine, so to speak. So being in the energy of a divine or a inauthentic, false masculine, so to speak, really helped me to understand, I think, what the collective masculine, the imbalanced masculine, maybe felt, because it was actually expressing through me. And it was very, very difficult. But during that time, I've learned to have so much more compassion for the masculine in ways that I could never imagine. I mean, I have so much more of a clear sense of what they also struggle with. I think as feminine, we assume and we think that men are a certain way, as they think females are a certain way, just because, you know, men are from Mars, women are from Venus, so to speak. But I saw it from a much greater perspective, and I saw the behavior that was imbalanced because it was expressing through me. But then I was also able to process why I was expressing it that way, which was really powerful and transformative for me. And it helped me to build an immense amount of compassion surrounding the male collective and where they've been, and at the same time have the perspective of where they're trying to head. And I believe, you know, from my perspective and what I've communicated with him, I think there was some of that on the other side as well, to see a little more of the feminine perspective. So that being said, my mission now is, and it has been for us, is to harmonize, which all of the twins have been working on this balance of the masculine and female energy. And as a person who embodies both energies, but I embody a female, I'm really trying to work on not only developing my sacred feminine, because I have been in that masculine now for a while and actually recognize that that's where I've been all along. I hold more of a masculine polarity. So honoring the sacred feminine is important for me, but not at the fall of masculine. I think that's so important and so crucial, is as we're in these the times that we're in now, what I'd like to see is the harmonization and the rise of both the male and female collective. Not that the female rises at the detriment and fall of men, because I think then again we're imbalanced. So how can we start to recognize where we both are and take accountability for how we've been living and how we've been programmed and how we've been templated in the past with the false feminine and false masculine? How can we look into the shadow sides of each and then learn how to have compassion so we both can rise collectively? So that's just something that I wanted to discuss, is honoring the sacred feminine, but not at the fall of the masculine. I think that's really important, and that's something that I see a lot. And when I have participated in sacred feminine groups, not all of them, but a lot of them tend to bash the masculine. And I don't want to see that anymore. I understand, because I've lived partially in that energy. I understand where we're coming from. But I really want us to, instead of rising, also recognize and clear the false feminine. Let's look into that. What is the false feminine? Where have we been? We do have issues with codependency and being loved and supported and manipulation and using our body as a means of maybe getting what we want. Or there are things that we need to look at and take accountability and responsibility for, so we can rise in both of our energies. And I think when we can rise, we can help to encourage the masculine to rise in more of a healthy way. Because the truth is that no matter if you're a female or a male, or you embody whatever energy, I think the greater picture is that we all want to be accepted, and we all want to be loved, and we all want to be in healthy relationship. So I just want to inspire you guys to look a little deeper into yourself before you start judging your partner or another female or masculine. Look into yourself. Where do you need more balance? Is it with your feminine? Is it with your masculine? Look at the shadow sides of that and start to come into harmony on your own before you expect somebody else to treat you the way you want to be treated. I think this is an issue with relationships we see all too often is that we do have expectations of the other. We think that the other one is going to fill our holes and complete us, so to speak. And maybe that happens for a brief amount of time in the relationship, the honeymoon phase, so to speak. And then shit gets real and things arise. And when the other one isn't fulfilling your every desire, we start to point to them like there's something wrong with them. So relationship, it's two people. But I want to inspire that the relationship within you becomes really developed and strong, and you recognize your own sovereignty, and you know yourself really truly. So then you can attract hopefully somebody who also knows themselves, and you guys can have more of a healthy relationship. I know these concepts are not easy. It does require work. But I believe that we are moving towards something better. We're recognizing how we've done it isn't healthy and it doesn't work, and people are starved for a healthy relationship. And in my opinion, thanks to my twin flame process, which has been equally challenging as it has been enlightening, and I'm so humbled and honored to be on this journey. But through that, I recognize that it comes from within. We have to do the work on ourselves. And if you have an incarnated twin flame who's willing to communicate with you and do this dance to find your balance, God bless you, because I know how hard it is. But I also know that we are working for a greater mission. And we are way-seers and way-showers, so to speak, as far as developing or templating healthy relationship. So keep going, twin flames. And for all of you out there who are not in an actual twin flame dynamic, start with yourself, as we are all starting with ourselves. And hopefully healthy relationship stems from that. So yeah, that's just what I want to say today. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. Namaste.